the end of April, I decided to go on a impromptu trip to Serra da Estrela, which is the highest point in continental Portugal, and I'd actually been wanting to go there since like forever, so yeah, I finally went there. I remember at the time like checking like all sorts of weather apps and websites to check how the weather was gonna be like, because we need to go back like 2 weeks, I think. I was talking to my friend Paulo, which you've seen on the channel before, about going to Serra da Estrela and going on this like photo trip. Vanessa was gonna go, his girlfriend was gonna go as well. We were gonna do our thing, and yeah, we were getting like pretty hyped up about it, looking up Airbnbs and all that stuff. But all of a sudden, the weather changed dramatically, and we noticed there was gonna be a snowstorm in Serra da Estrela. Which is cool, because Serra da Estrela is one of the few spots in Portugal that gets snow. So we were like, nice, we're gonna get some snow, this is gonna be nice, it's like the icing on top, like literally. Yeah, but it turned out that the weather got like bad, like it was gonna snow a lot, to the point that they had to close all accesses to the mountain. So the only solution would be to just drive around a much lower area of the mountain, which probably wasn't gonna get any snow, it was just gonna get rain. So it was not worth it for us to go there, because it's still pretty far away and we wouldn't be able to take any photos, because again it was gonna be raining so much that we wouldn't be able to enjoy ourselves. So we ended up cancelling, and I think, I can't remember if a week went by or 2 weeks went by. I think it was a week, actually, a week. Anyway, I kept watching the weather throughout the week. I was working, and on the Friday I noticed that they'd reopened the accesses to the mountain, because the snow had stopped. Like, it was still snowing, but just a tiny bit, not enough to accumulate on the roads to the point that like police had to cancel the accesses to the top. Paulo wasn't gonna be able to make it, and I really wanted to go there, but I was like, should I go? Like, I'm so tired. This was just after 6 p.m. after I logged off from work, and I was going back and forth about it, because it was still like a 3-hour drive. Vanessa kept telling me to go, and I was like, oh, do you think I should? And she was like, go, you like, just go and do it, do your thing. So I put together like a bag with clothes. I packed all of my camera gear and off I went. It was nice. Like, I'm really happy that I made the decision to go. So the camera that I took was the Bronica ETRS, my medium format camera, which you've seen on the channel multiple times. It's the only medium format camera that I currently own, and I shot 4 rolls of film. 3 of them were Kodak Gold 200, and the other one was black and white Kentmere 100. I was all set by like 7 or a quarter past 7, so I was like, nice, I'm gonna go to the breakfast place and I'm gonna have breakfast. And I got there and they were really late. I waited like an hour just standing there wasting my time. I was already in a mood, and then I was served this meat breakfast. Yeah, let's not even talk about it. Yeah, I had my breakfast and I decided to go up the mountain, and basically what I did was just park wherever I found cool potential spots for photographs, obviously. And I had a few pins on Google Maps. I actually had them for like ages, because I wanted to go there since forever. But most of them were just like spontaneous. I was driving and I saw a cool spot on the side of the road, so I would just park here and there. And I did this so many times throughout the day. So yeah, I'm gonna show you those. And what else? I just wanted to say that it was definitely interesting seeing people playing in the snow and just people interacting with the snow, because again, it's not normal in Portugal. And I don't know, it's nice. There were families making like snowmen, and there were people having snowball fights. This is just the kind of stuff that I see in the movies, so it was nice to see it firsthand. So at the summit, there's these two cool looking towers that I like. I always thought they looked so fascinating. I love the way they look. They actually belong to the Portuguese government, and they were used by the Portuguese Air Force between the 1950s and 1970s, and it was part of the radio communication system. So yeah, just some facts for you. I was there. It was just a shame that there were so many people around the towers, because I'd always wanted a photo of them in the snow, but without any cars, without any people. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do that, but I think that I was still able to take a photo or two that I was quite happy with. Like, nothing groundbreaking, but just something nice to have and to keep and to look at later. I continued to drive around the area. Like, this was what I did the whole day. I just drove and drove around, but I came to one of the spots that I actually had on my list to photograph, and it's this like hand-carved sanctuarium on the side of the road, like in a mountain. I don't know much about it, but I know it's called Nossa Senhora da Boa Estrela, which is Our Lady of the Good Star, and Estrela, it's like the name of the place. It's Serra da Estrela. It looked pretty cool, and my plan was to park the car on the side of the road and walk there, because you've got steps and like all of these rocks that you can like there's an access to it. But it was snowing. I think you can see some snowflakes in the footage. It was super slippery, and okay, there's steps that you can walk on to get there, but on both sides it's sort of like a cliff, so you definitely don't want to like slip. I was missing the word. So I took these photos from just outside the car. I think they look cool because I was able to capture it in detail. But yeah, what you think, let me know in the comments. So I then decided to go up a bit more again next to the tower's location, because I actually saw a ski lift in the distance, and I wanted to walk there and just take photos of it. And I'm really glad I did, because again, this is not the sort of stuff that I usually see or photograph. So I took photos of the ski lift from like the sides and with the mountains in the distance, and I also made a really cool image. Yeah, it's one of my favorites from the day. I shot a photo of sleds hanging on like a fence with the snow in the background, and I love the color contrast between the white, bright but pale white snow with the warmer colors of the sleds. I think this one just looked so cool. I'm really glad that I took it and that it turned out okay. I then decided to make my way down, and I went to a place that it was on my list as well, called Covão da Metade. And it's like almost at the bottom of the mountain, and it's like a tiny forest, like the cutest tiny forest, with a creek running in the middle of it. And I'd always wanted to go there because I see all of these landscape photographers that go there and take such beautiful photos that I really wanted to go there. And despite not having snowed as much there than it did on top, because again it's way below the summit, so the temperature gets a lot warmer. There were still some bits of ice, but I didn't go there because of the snow. I just wanted to capture like the greenery and include that creek in the photos. So yeah, I went there, and I'm so glad that I did, because I almost decided not to, because at this point of the trip I was so exhausted. But yeah, I went there. I then decided to make my way down the mountain, and by now I was really close to the location where I'd started the day, by the bed and breakfast. And as I was driving by, I noticed these like colorful houses in the distance, and yeah, I went there, and this was basically like a collective of houses where like clearly no one was at the time. I think people only go there or maybe rent them throughout the winter, but they looked so colorful, they looked so Nordic, like, you know, the Norwegian houses that are like yellow and red, the ones in the faraway islands. Yeah, the vibe was so nice. And I still had some shots on my last roll of Kodak Gold, so I took a few photos there, and that was actually the last location of the day, because I really needed to come back home. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I wasn't sure if I was gonna make it, because I wasn't sure if I had enough footage or enough photos, but I think that I think too much about it, and I'm just gonna start sharing whatever I want, especially because I feel like I get a lot more comfortable doing these videos. Like, the more I do them, obviously the better I get at it, and sometimes it's not just a matter of skill, like a visual skill, like something that you can see on the video, but like personal skills. I feel a bit more comfortable talking to the camera. I feel like I'm able to like talk a lot more comfortably when I'm filming myself more, which makes total sense. So I have all of these ideas and all of these video ideas that I sometimes don't put in practice, because I think that sometimes it's not gonna be interesting, no one's gonna watch it, but there's always someone that wants to watch your content, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the video, I hope you enjoy the photos. Let me know if you had any favorites in the comments. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Drop a like, because that's super helpful with YouTube and recommending my videos. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.